Going live. Make sure it's not public. Check my settings. Public. Save. All right. Going live. All right, let's see. Let's see if we get somebody in here. Oh, them waves popping. I want y'all to see my mess down there. Come on, man. All right, what it is. Can we get somebody in here? What's up? Why ain't it public? All right, here we go. We got all right, now we're getting people in here. All right, welcome to today's session with your boy Diesel TV. What's going on, Sergeant Hooker with the big toe? How's everything going? We are in day 7 of 2021. Yeah. Let's get some more people in here. Y'all know my ritual. I wait till about 5 minutes. Then we spark up. I'm drinking on an energy drink right now because I'm a little tired. Weather got me down. Weather's been kind of gloomy here, so I feel a little tired. I know I'm not really tired, but it feels a little. What's going on, people? Right, Sergeant Hooker. It feels like 13:45 of day 2020, year 2020. Crazy out here, bro. Crazy. How's everybody doing, man? Hope everybody's spirits are high. C Cam, what's good? C Cam, I just did a video on your sticks that you sent me, man. I just did a video. I just finished it. I'll probably be dropping it sometime next week or something like that. So we'll see. We will see. Because you weren't the only one that sent me something. A subscriber out of Durham actually sent me some stuff, man. Y'all need to look at that video, man. He surprised me what he sent me. I had no idea he was going to send it. But it surprised me what he sent me. Yeah, C-Cam. You might need to send me some more. Yeah. You know, I feel some type of way about what you sent me. After seeing what was in your daggone humidor and what you sent me, I feel some type of way. Just let you know that right now. I feel some type of way. Maurice, what's going on? Nia J, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate everybody. Let's go. We at the 4-minute mark. All right. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and spark it. Spark real quick. How's my volume? Hopefully my volume ain't too loud or too low. What we smoking on today is a Avio Nicaragua Fugata. I got this out of the monthly cigars membership that I did a review on. I'm gonna drop a review on it pretty soon, but I'm doing a review on it. Miranda, hey girl, how you doing? Gray Cider, what's up? What's going on? Listen, I decided to go live today because, like, I just want to, get everybody's mind off of this foolery we done had last couple of days or whatever, man. So I want to go live, not even acknowledge some of the stuff that's been going on. I don't talk about politics on here or nothing like that. I just try to be a fool for y'all, give y'all something to laugh about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to go live, man, so I can hopefully get some of y'all laughing. I ain't got no twisted tea this time. It ain't gonna be no twisted tea this time, even though I do need it for some of y'all, but some of y'all heads. Miranda, Happy New Year. I haven't spoken to you. Happy New Year. Yeah, buddy. All right. Let's get it started. Nia J, you are so correct. We do need a safe space, and I will be your safe space. You know what? You can come and rest your head on my bosom. All right. Joe Morgan said he laughed all day and he found 2 17-round mags for the Taurus. Good day. Nice. 17 rounds for that G3C, G2C. Them things going to stick out the bottom, boy. You're going to look like you belong in the hood with that. See, Cam, that Baccarat Maduro. Man, don't tell me nothing, no Baccarat, nothing is fire, boy. Don't tell me nothing like that. Them are everyday smokes. Everyday, they call them everyday smokes. You sent me some everydays. I don't smoke every day, but I am going to smoke those. I'll tell you the truth. I am going to smoke those. Justin W. passed my nighttime pursuit emergency response. Nice. That's all right, man. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Yeah, Miranda. Yes, Miranda. We need to change that. Let's change that. Come on. Chris 77, what's going on? Joe Morgan says he's from the trailer park. You got that extendo. You gonna put that extendo on them down on that Taurus? Anybody smoking a cigar right now? If not, y'all need to spark up. Whoever smokes cigars, y'all need to spark up. Now, don't be smoking that other, just cigars. That's all we need. Tobacco. I ain't condoning smoking that other, It's still illegal here in North Carolina. So we ain't condoning that. Boy, y'all see them? Hey, look, somebody get them some Dramamine. Somebody get them some Dramamine or something. Boy, them waves, boy, we're gonna get you, boy, them things gonna get you sick, boy. Shoo. Robert Lumsford, he says, what's up? What's good, brother? I sent you my EDC. Man, listen. I said this in one of my videos. Y'all going to see this again, but I'm going to say this again. I really appreciate everybody that sent me their EDC. All right, so I have gotten a bunch of emails, probably about 40 or 50 emails on EDCs. If you don't see your EDC in one of my new videos, I'm going to get to it. All right, please don't send me an email saying that you didn't get to mine, you feel butthurt or something like that. Don't feel butthurt. I'm going to get to it. I don't care. The ones I'm going to get to first are the ones that I got some pictures with where I can pick on you a little bit. If you're going to send me your EDC and you don't send me a picture of like a target or something like that, I might wait because I did get a few others with targets and stuff, and it's just easy pickings for me to pick on them. So, like I said, but I do appreciate everybody that's sending them out, man. Y'all are the bomb, that's what they say. Thebomb.com, right? See, Cam, hey, man, listen, if you got to make up an excuse for sending me some trash, that is fine, but you did send me trash, straight up trash, see, Cam. And I was looking at I saw your humidor video that if y'all don't know, C-Cam has a YouTube channel. He just started it. He has a few subscribers, not that many right now, but he's talking about his cigars and all that stuff. So if y'all want to go ahead and subscribe to him, y'all go ahead and show that brother some love. But he did a humidor video, right? I'm seeing sticks in there that I wish I had in my humidor right now. I've smoked them before. I probably smoked them all. I've had them before. But I was like, dang, I would love to have that cigar right there in my humidor right now. I'd go smoke that right now. He talking about he going to send me some cigars and send me some daggone backwoods bull crap. I'm like, what is this? So yeah, see, Cam, we beefing right now. We are beefing right now, sir. Miranda, don't hate. Please don't just say they are. You know my waves is off. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. These things will sink the Titanic for real. Don't be hating on my waves, girl. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably going just like this now, looking at the TV because it's motion. Y'all getting motion sick. Big Rob, what's going on, Big Rob? Okay, down. Mine should have been first. Yeah, yours should have been first. If you would have sent me a daggone picture. Robert Lums. Okay, I'll look into it, man. I will look into it. Make sure y'all send me your name too, because some of y'all's email names are different from what you are on YouTube. So make sure y'all send me your name with it, because I don't know exactly who I am referring to when it comes to your email address. Joe Morgan says, you didn't tease me about being a Taurus owner. Listen, there is nothing wrong with Taurus. It's just something I really wouldn't carry right now, because I've got a Taurus G2C also, man. I just don't carry it because it was a cheap gun. I wanted to see what all the hype was about it, so I got it. And it's not a bad gun for a first-time owner or something like that. Now, as you get on, into getting more guns and stuff like that, you'll see that there are a lot more guns that might shoot a little better. And the Taurus might shoot good for you, man. It just depends on how you like it. I just don't like that trigger on it, man. That trigger's a little squishy, I would say. C-Cam, man, get out of here with that. Otis Hollins, what's going on, man? Chicago South Side. Yo, what up, Chocolate Drop? How's it going, baby? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot has changed outside. What about, oh, God, here we go. Listen, I already got space for y'all in timeout. So you start if you want to. I got space for you in timeout. So K-Down, C-Cam, Chicago South Side, come on, let's go. I mean, hey, there's enough space in timeout for all y'all. I don't care. I'm putting time on all you know what's. Mother. No problem, C-Cam. You know it, man. I'll shout out anybody. Damon Edwards says that G2C didn't work for me. Listen, it didn't work for a lot of people. It didn't. I mean, but really, when it comes down to it, bro, it shoots. I think it's a lot more reliable than a High Point. You know what I'm saying? I would probably put it up there with the SCCYs. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it somewhere around there with them, man. Taurus has been in business for a while, man. So I really wouldn't see a G2C as a gun that I just wouldn't get. I wanted to try it out to see how the trigger was on it and stuff like that. So I got it, man, and the trigger just didn't work for me. So, you know what it is. Calvin says Diesel got that Murray's Wave grease. What's up? What's going on, Calvin? I don't do no pomade. All this is water and juices and berries. Water and juices and berries. Joe Morgan says, I'm not a first-time gun owner. I just don't want to have to use it and cry if I lose it. Well, I get what you're saying. I get totally what you're saying, man. It goes both ways with that, man. That's why I don't carry my most expensive and I don't carry my cheapest. You know what I'm saying? Because I really want to carry something that I can totally rely on and that I shoot well. That's why I carry my Glock 19 right now, and I'm trying to switch to that SIG X carry. So whenever I can switch to it, and I don't know when, I got to get that red dot for it. But when I do switch to it, man, that's why I carry those guns, because I know I shoot well with them. And, when it comes down to it, I'll be able to defend myself. And that's what it comes down to, bro. I could care less if I was carrying around a $10,000 gun. I just want to know that whenever it's time to defend myself, I will be able to defend myself. Clifford got that MMP 2.0. Nice, man. Nice. K-Down says, where is Native? I don't know, man. She was She's supposed to be here. I texted her in the texting group, man, let her know I was going live, and she said she was coming. But I don't know. She might have had something to do or something. Damon Edwards says, I like the Ruger 5.7, but it's definitely better than the High Point. I like the Ruger 5.7. Well, I'm gonna say this. I have the FN 5.7. I like it too, but I was just recently, about last week, I think it was last week, I was looking for ammunition for it, and the full metal jackets on those bullets, a 50-round box was $99.99. Oh, did you hear what I said? 50 rounds for $99.99. So officially, at this point, I hate FN 5.7. I'm just go ahead and say it. I ain't paying that much for no daggone 50 box round. Now, the FN rounds were already expensive. They were already expensive. But I can't see myself paying no $100 for no FN 50 round box. That's crazy. I ain't doing it. Chicago Southside said his sister got a G2C and it started jamming on her. He told her to sell it. I mean, I don't know why mine didn't have any problems, bro. I mean, I put all kinds of ammo through it and it didn't have any problems. I should have did a review on it. Actually, I should have done a review on it because I ran that thing through. I ran that thing through it. Michael Smith, hey man, it's all right, man. You got to make that money. Hey, make your money. Don't worry about chatting. Just go ahead and listen. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and listen. See, my brother got a. Yeah, man, that G2C, man. Yes, like I said, man, it's not for some people. Damon Edwards says Juices and Berries got the brush with the Torino Pro brushes. Yeah, you know it. CQP, baby. CQP. Robert Lumsford said, what's your thoughts on the XDS Mod 2.0 SP? I don't really do XDSs that heavy, man. Springfield, I just haven't done them that heavy, man. So I really don't have an opinion on that XDS. I have a Springfield XD, the 45, and it's one of those, the baby ones or whatever they call them. I don't know what they call them, but it's the baby size. The smallest one, they come in that size, and that thing is snappy. I don't shoot it that much because it's so snappy, but I need to take it back out to the range, man, because I haven't shot it in a while. Otis Holland says, with the Democrat Party having the majority vote, what will happen to the Second Amendment rights? I don't think anything per se is going to happen to the Second Amendment rights. I think they might do some executive orders or something like that, maybe. From what I've heard, man, like I said, I don't talk much politics. If it has to do with the Second Amendment and guns, I will. I'm not going to talk trash about any politician, who you affiliate. I'm not going to talk trash about that, but I will give my opinion on what might happen, like on Second Amendment stuff. And I don't know if they will actually try to change the Second Amendment per se, but I think they might try to do things to outlaw certain guns on an executive order or something like that. Basically, how the pre-ban was back in 96 or things, something like that. Diesel letting his soul glow. You know what, baby? Gotta let your soul glow. Feeling oh so silky smooth. I don't know why I act a fool for y'all on here. I have no idea why I act a fool on here for y'all. Hey, C-Cam, send me that CAO flathead. I love that CAO flat. I love that one, man. I love that cigar, man. I love that cigar. See, you lightweight. You can't take them heavy ones yet. I told you. I done told you about that. I told you got to get your palate right. But that CAO flathead, I've probably bought like 3 or 4 boxes of that. I used to smoke that all the time a couple years ago, man. That used to be my go-to, was that CAO flathead. And all the other ones you're trying to send me, yeah, send them to me. If you want to send them, send them. Listen, if you send them to me, you might go ahead and, you might get it back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you right now, boy, you on that list. You on the shit list right now when it comes to them cigars, man. I can't believe you sent me some everyday smokers. Brisbane Gap, have you ever tried the Canik TP9 SC? That's their subcompact. I have shot it, but I have shot it. Yes, I have shot it, and it shoots just like a Canik, man. It's a real good gun. The Caniks, like I said, Caniks are slept on. It's one of them slept on ones, man. All right, K down. That's one strike. That's one strike, K down. One strike. Two more. You out. So Justin W says he's never shot a gun and got firearms X in the academy. I'm nervous about this. If they should teach you how to shoot it, man. My first time was when I was 18, 19 or something like that. And I just picked it up, man. I had a very good instructor. He taught me how to shoot guns and everything. And then when I went to the police academy, I got even better with what they shot. You know, how they taught me how to shoot, man. Because it was like a 4 or 5 week thing where we went over the guns and shot and all that stuff, man, day and night shooting. So you should be all right, man. It's not going to be a one-day thing, bro. They should take you all the way through how the gun functions and all that stuff. Just make sure you listen to them. Just make sure you listen to them. Make sure you don't point that gun where you ain't supposed to be pointing at, all that stuff, man. So you should be all right, Justin. C-Cam, Partagas is one of my go-tos also. Partagas is a real good gun. Let me see. Hold on. Damn, I'm getting way behind on the dang on chat. What's going on? See, Joe Morgan says, I hear that about ammo, Diesel. I've got 105 rounds, 9mm defensive, 90 in magazines. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe how expensive those FN rounds were, man. 90 a box of 50 for FN rounds for like $45 is right at $1 a round, and I used to buy them for like $45. But $99 for 50 rounds, man, that's just crazy, bro. I can't do it. Joe Morgan says, my G2C runs as well as my Gen 3 Glock. Joe Morgan, the only reason you're saying that is because you have a G2C. The only reason you're saying that. No, I'm just playing. I mean, mine didn't run as good. I mean, it did run, but I'm not going to say it ran as good as a Glock. I'm not going to say that. The one thing I don't like about that G2C, man, they rust very, very easily. They rust so easy. I had mine sitting in the I took it to the range, and then I had it sitting in my safe just until I could get to clean it. And it took like a day or two for me to get to clean it. And it had like a light layer of rust on it, man. And it just wiped off. I didn't have to put no kind of solvent on it or anything like that. It just wiped off. But that just concerns me when it comes to that gun. So now I layered a thin layer of that frog paste on there, and I just got sitting in there now. I'm just don't want it to get rusted. Driftwood, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming in from Miami. Damon Edwards says, what do you think about the 1911 EMP4 Contour? Let me tell you something about my thoughts on 1911. They're great. They're great. Let me see what you're talking about. Because there are so many guns out there. There are so many guns out there, man. And sometimes I've shot it, but if I haven't looked, oh yeah, that's a good gun. Yeah, the EMP. I mean, listen, you'll never find me talk any crap about any 1911, man. 1911s are my jam. So that's my thing right there, man. 1911s, I just love them. Chicago South says, I got a steal for that. AR is going for $1,200 now. Every AR is going for way more expensive. I got ARs in my closet now that I bought for $450. It's going for $900 now. So if you were able to buy a 1911 before all this stuff happened, you got a good deal. Alex Rain, Fisherman. I watched your video yesterday on a light laser 80. Yeah, I still got that laser, and it's still working. Still working. I can't bring it out. I got it right here, and it's still working fine. I haven't had it. I've only had it for like 5 or 6 months, but it's still working fine, man. That's a good laser for the price, man. I think I paid like $35, $40 for that thing, and it's a good laser. It is a very good laser. Let me see. Calvin Wilson says, would you EDC a P320 M17? Yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, I would. I'll pretty much EDC anything, bro. I mean, if it works and I feel comfortable with it, I'd EDC anything. With a full-size gun, though, I would get an inside the waistband holster and keep it inside the waistband. That just adds a little bit more concealment for concealed carry. Now, if you're open carry, it don't matter, but concealed carry, yes. Damon Edwards says he needs a compact with a full-size grip. They make them. Glock makes them. You can get it. VP9's a good gun, Chicago. That is a very good gun. I think my next gun, I might get a Walther, man. I'm thinking about a PPQ, like a gun that I'm not getting for, work. Because y'all know my next gun is that Glock 27. I'm still looking for that Glock 27. They will not come in stock for some reason. So I'm still looking for that Glock 27. But after that, I'm thinking about getting a Walther PPQ, man. I'm really thinking about getting one. Not the steel frame one. I want the tactical one with the threaded barrel, and it has the little spot up there for the red dot and all that stuff, man. That's what I'm thinking about getting. No problem, man. No problem. You can ask. Derek Mitchell, what's going on, man? I appreciate the support, man. Appreciate it. Bridget Gat says, I love the Canic trigger. That Canic trigger is like butter. I'm telling you, it's like butter. CZ Scorpion is my baby. Yeah, I've got my CZ Scorpion. I just bought it out and was playing with it. I can't make it out. Man, I find myself just bringing my guns out and just playing with them at my desk because I can't go out to the range, man. It's so wet. I mean, we've had so much rain here and the ground is so wet, man. I can't get out there like I want to. Chicago South, I got a VP9L a few months ago. I love it. Can't find the right plate for the optic, though. If anybody can find, what kind of optic are you using? What optic are you using for it? What plate do you need? Nia J says, does anybody know how to make dairy-free yogurt from scratch? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can give you some dairy-free yogurt. Oh, yeah. Lots of protein. Dairy-free, baby. Oh, yeah. Just a little bit of milking. You just got to do a little bit of milking. That's all. Favorite gun is a Glock 27. I want a Glock 27 just for my backup, man. That's all I want it for, man. We carry Glocks at my job, so I just want it for my backup. Joe Morgan says, if I say Miracle Whip over Mayo, nah, I'm playing. Joe Morgan. So, I mean, I know how some people take, mayonnaise serious, but in my community, mayonnaise ain't that serious. But I will do mayo over Miracle Whip. I will say I will do mayo over Miracle Whip. But it's not that serious to me. Now, some communities, they will kill you over what kind of mayonnaise you use. So I'm just saying. Calvin Wilson says FN 509 or Glock 19. Depends on what you're using it for. Depends. I mean, they're both great guns, man. They're both great guns. Collectible, I get an FN 509. For me to carry, I get a Glock 19. I have a 509 tactical, that I just keep in my safe. I don't even bring it out. I don't carry it or nothing. I don't have a holster for it or anything, but it's a great gun to shoot. I love shooting it. Duke Adams says his AR-10 was $1,600. Woo, smoky. Let me get that out of there. Matt Moore, what's going on, man? I'm glad you could make it. Glad you could make it. I was hoping you was gonna make it, man. I appreciate it. Matt Moore sent me some of his stuff too. Send me that. That's a good stick. You need to keep that one. And the other one I was thinking about was I think he had an LFD, something like that. I can't remember. There's another one I was thinking I wanted to find again. But I went back looking for it, but I couldn't find it. I can't remember the other one. But you keep with you, bro. Big Gamer says, gotta ask, have you ever had to deal with a sovereign citizen on or while on duty? Yes, I have had to deal with a sovereign citizen, and it was not he was not, I would say, he didn't know what he was talking about. I mean, I've heard a lot of sovereign citizens. I've had to deal with a couple of them. But the ones that I've had to deal with are not ones that are like really big into the game. They're like trying to get in and they don't know much about it. And even if they did know a lot about it, it's still not something they can get out of anything or anything like that. So yes, I have had to deal with sovereign citizens before. Okay, Randall says, with AR-15s being pretty standardized, what determines quality in terms of build quality? I only own AKs and their build quality is pretty distinguishable. It's hard to tell what is quality and what is not quality when it comes to an AR. And the reason why I say that is because all of my ARs have aero precision lowers on them. So no issues with others doing it though. Yeah, I've open carried before. I've open carried some of the guns that are like too big, or some of the guns that are like you know, I don't have inside the waistband holster, or if I got a tucked in shirt or something like that, I'll open carry. I don't do it as often. I don't do it nearly as often, but I will open carry. Joe Morgan says he only opens carries his rifle because it won't holster. I've never carried a rifle out and about. I've never done that, but Alex Rand Fisherman, do you mess with FN pistols? Yes, I do mess with FN pistols. I got 3 of them. I love FN. FN's great quality, man. I have an FN 509, I have a FN 57, and I have a FN. It's a shotgun. I can't remember what it was. It's a shotgun though. All right, let me see. I'm trying to catch up to this to y'all's comments. Yeah, Smoke 223 said I would suggest a safety elite, handle upgrade, and a trigger upgrade for the HBI. Well, see, I would do the safety delete. The safety delete hurts your hand. Like if you shoot that gun a lot, it will the safety will hurt you. It will dig into your finger while you're shooting. As far as all the other stuff goes, man, the trigger is nice on that gun. I mean, I like the trigger on mine. And as far as the handle goes, I would like a handle that's more angled downward instead of back towards the gun. You know what I'm saying? Nia J says, you're so annoying. I'm just saying, like, Nia J, you need that non-dairy, you know what I'm saying, yogurt, baby. I got you. I am willing and able to give you as much yogurt as you want. Oh, wow. Just found some 9mm ammo mark for $28 $28 a box. Okay, now what kind of ammo is it though? Is it Full Metal Jacket or is it defense ammo? Hold on. Golly, I'm way behind. Y'all, man, I'm sorry. I am way behind on this chat. So y'all just bear with me a little bit. I can't even remember where I can't even find where. Okay, here I go. Here you go. What's the best site for Glock 19 Gen 5? You're talking about iron. I hope you're talking about night sites. But I would go with Trijicon. Trijicon night sites, you can get them on Amazon for like $80. What's the best type of gun for a beginner? Nia J, I don't like to say what is a good gun for a beginner. You would have to go out to the range and test some guns out, man. That's the best way to do it and figure out which one's best for you. I don't like just saying this gun or that gun is the best, because sometimes people don't like certain guns. Their hands don't fit well in them and stuff like that. So, all right, Clifford, Vector Optics model Frenzy Diesel number 5 plate. Okay, if anybody knows where you can get a number 5 plate for the Glock 19, I think he said the Glock 19, I'm pretty sure, but he needs a number 5 plate, I think, for the Glock 19. Please let Clifford Gallagher know. Damon Edwards, don't you do it. Nia J looking to Glock Chamberlain 22. I think that may be no. We don't do that. We ain't telling nobody to get no 22. 22 ain't gonna do nothing but tickle somebody. Yeah, Nia J, you don't need no 22. Don't get no 22. Don't do that. Go to the range. If you can go to a range, test out some weapons. See which ones you like shooting best and go from there. Rescue 29, what's going on, man? John Ross says, any thoughts on big bore ARs? No, sir, I don't have any thoughts. I couldn't give you any thoughts. I have not like looked into them or anything like that. So that's the only thing I say that. Let me see. See, Cam, I said the Liga Privada was one of the ones I saw, but you keep that. That is a very good smoke. If you have not smoked it yet, you need to smoke that cigar. That's a very good smoke. Trying to catch up, guys. Trying to catch up. Damon Edwards says, do you think open carry intimidates people? Yes, it does. It does. A lot of people are scared at the sight of a gun, just seeing a gun, especially depending on who it's on. So, yes, I think open carry does. It's one of them things. What about Mexican carry? What is that? What is Mexican carry? I don't know what that is. Urban Gun Reviews, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Stay blessed and stay strapped. You know it. Open carrying a rifle, man. I never understood that kind of, man. I never really understood open carrying a rifle, but hey, man, to each his own. If that's what you want to do, then I carried 1911 for decades, no holster, but no crack. Or I hear you, Joe Morgan. Let's see. Got more. Derek Mitchell, appreciate it. You have a good one. I'm trying to catch up. Joe Morgan says, speaking of ARs, I saw a basic no-name upper today for $600. Man, the thing about it, man, is what you're going to use a rifle for, you can get that and it'll be just fine. Now, I'm not going to say you need to go to Afghanistan with the daggone thing or nothing like that, but I mean, just for what you're using it for going to the range, practicing and stuff like that, yeah, man, that would be just fine, man. Nia J, you don't need to just scare them. You need to defend yourself if you have to. And that's what I'm saying. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Mark Logan. Mark, man, the Maverick 88 is what I use for home defense, man. I love that shotgun. John Ross says, I just got into building my own ARs with torque specs. Do you what torque specs do you use for your barrels? I look and see what that barrel actually calls for is what I do, man. I don't go off of just one. Like if a manufacturer says that it should be this, then that's what I go off of, basically. Damon Edwards, let me tell you something, man. If my 11-year-old can shoot a 9mm, I would not suggest anybody starting off with a 22. I'm just saying. I wouldn't suggest anybody starting off with that. And that's why I say that, because my 11-year-old shot a 9mm, no problem. Mexican carry is appendix carry without a holster. Hey, I've done that before too when I worked undercover, man. I've carried appendix without a holster. I mean, when I was doing undercover, I've done that before. Much. And I don't see spending a whole bunch of money for a holster for a cheap gun either. That's why for that Taurus G2C, I bought a $20 holster. It was from We the People. Let me see. Still trying to catch up. Still trying to catch up, guys. Just hold on, please. Yeah, just don't get a Taurus G2C. Fire your first gun. Man, stop talking crap about G2Cs, man. Some people can just afford that, man. I mean, I've got people that I've taught how to shoot guns with that G2C, and they've gotten better. Urban Gun Review says, I'm not a fan of open carry. I tried it for a while, but I like the element of surprise, right? Right. And then, but see, then there's another argument that if a person knows you have a gun on you, they won't try you. More than likely, they won't try you in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So there's an argument that goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just to each his own, like I said. Joe Morgan, I got you, man. Don't worry about it. Damon Edwards says, what do you think is a good shotgun for home defense, man? I mean, shotguns are hard to find a bad one. I mean, truthfully speaking, but Maverick, Mossberg, you know, all those are good shotguns, man. I use a Maverick 88 for my home defense. So, and I paid, what, $150 for that Maverick 88? And I'm telling you, it's a good shotgun. Mark Allen says, any ideas for a holster for a Springfield XD with an Olight Mini Valkyrie? The website that I found for my Olight Mini was Works Holsters. It's golly, what is the name? Hold on. Let me look that up real quick. It's Works Holsters. It's WERKZ Holsters. Works Holsters is where I did my and I'm pretty sure they might have your gun. I don't know for sure, but that's where I found the only ones I found that would do the red dot, that would make the space for the red dot, and that would do the Olight. Matt Moore, man, I appreciate it, man. Yes. Okay. So I was wondering if somebody was going to notice. So y'all see these lights right here? Yeah, they're new. They're LED lights. I just bought them. They was gifted to me, actually. And they go around my whole man cave. So yes, they are new. So I'm stepping up my, you know what I'm saying? I'm, stepping up my guy. You know what I'm saying? We growing. Y'all see the new, y'all gonna see some new things happening. Urban Gun Reviews. Yeah, man. We the People holsters, man. When they first came out, they were selling holsters like $20-$25, bro. And they were, I mean, I still got my holster for my 365. I bought like 3 or 4 holsters from them. I got one for my 365. I got one for that Taurus, and I got one for my M&P. And I can't remember what other gun I got it for. Damon Edwards, he says, what do you say? Like I said, man, that Maverick 88 is what I use. Go. Y'all can go to We the People. They probably, like, they had a sale on them. So it was like when they first came out, they had a sale on them. Things of that sort. Glock 19, best first gun for some. I know people that hate the Glock, and they can't stand the Glock. They rather have a Smith. So for some, yeah, the Glock is a good first gun. Some it's not. Matt Moore says, also, I don't own a good retention holster. I'd want like a level 3 holster if I'm open carrying. Last thing I want is to die for my own gun. Right. Level 3, man, Safariland, but they are expensive, man. Safariland is an expensive holster, man. I usually open carry my with my Kydex. I mean, I really don't. I mean, a lot of people are afraid that somebody's just going to run up to them and take their gun and stuff like that. I mean, that is a possibility, man, but I don't know, man. I just don't worry about that too much whenever I'm open carrying. C Cam says his wife loves the VP9. Very good gun. Very good gun. I mean, all guns, man. I've seen women shoot 1911s. I've seen them shoot revolvers, all kinds of guns, and you get a different, like, just like we have a different opinion of guns, they have the same different opinion, man. Crossbead and Innate Tactical holsters. Innate Tactical is right up the street for me, man. They're in Lexington. They're right up the street for me. Let me see. Chicago South says stripper lights. You would know, Chocolate Drop. You would know exactly what stripper lights look like, don't you? Oh, Chocolate Drop. Can we see the tour of the man cave? I already have a video out of the tour of the man cave, man. If you want to go look at my video, not much has changed other than the LED lights, man. So if you want to go look at the tour of the man cave, it's a video in my collection. Robert Lunsford, yes, I did answer I thought I answered your text. I'm pretty sure I answered your text, Robert. If not, send me another text because I do have a few of them. I don't know where they came from. They just send me texts and I don't know who they are or whatever. And sometimes I don't answer them because sometimes it's like spam and stuff like that. So I don't answer. If you don't send me a name or something like that, introducing yourself, I don't know who I'm talking to. So send me another one if I didn't answer your text, man. Rescue 29 says, what are you puffing on? Mine is King Kush. I hear you, Rescue. I'm smoking on an AVO Nicaraguan. AVO Nicaraguan. John Ross says, there are some aftermarket trigger kits for the G2C helps, but to be honest, still like squeezing a sponge, though. Yeah, see, I don't like that sponginess of that trigger, man, especially the reset. I don't like that. It's like on a spring or something. I don't know. I just don't like that. That Jimenez arms. Yeah, my grandfather had one of those, man. That 25 auto. What's up, Lexi? How you doing? What's going on? Let me see. As long as it goes bang, you're right. I'm trying to catch up on the chat, guys. So just bear with me. Joe Morgan, I hear you, man. Joe Morgan, I hear you. Dated them trashy girls, huh? Fun times. Misha, hey, how you doing? I appreciate it. 32 Icon is one of the goats, man. I love her. I love her to death, man. I appreciate you coming to my channel. Welcome to the family. Alien gear holsters are out there, but they are just so I can't pay that much for a Kydex holster. You got to understand, man. I was doing Kydex holsters way back in the day when Kydex holsters were no more than $30 a pop. You know what I'm saying? So now they're $100, $120. Man, I can't see myself paying that much for a Kydex holster. And the Works holsters, I paid $60 for Works holsters that was light bearing, and it did the O light, and it had it made room for the red dot. So Works holsters are good holsters, and they're not as much as alien gear and all that stuff. Man, I appreciate it. Whoever wants to send me their hardware to my email, man, go ahead and send it, man. I've got a lot, but like I said, if I don't get to yours in the first or second round, I'm going to get to it. Y'all just give me a minute because I only want to do 4 or 5 reviews each episode. I don't want the episodes to be like an hour long, so I want to do like 4 or 5 reviews, and I've gotten like 30 or 40 emails on just that. So you guys just bear with me. Now, if you want to be on there soon, send me a picture of you like holding up your target or something like that I can pick at. You know, you got to have some thick skin. Hopefully you have some thick skin because I'm going to give you some business. I'm going to let you hear it. But like I said, just send me a picture of that and I'll put you on sooner than just a regular picture of your gun. Native Girl is in the house, y'all. She is back. Who was asking for Native Girl? Somebody got a crush on Native Girl. They was asking about her. Who was that? Was that wasn't that Chocolate Drop? Chocolate Drop. Where you at? C-Cam says, are those AVOs any good? Yeah, man, they're good. If you look at one of my reviews on that monthly, man, like I said, I don't like the ones where they're like I like the exclusive cigars, man, that are hard to find, man. And this AVO is one of those like boutique cigars where you find it anywhere, basically. Swim P15 says Armar versus Hollow Sun versus Sig. Thinking about picking up my first red dot. I would go Hollow Sun. Hollow Sun is not nearly expensive as the RMR, and it has the shake to wake, all that stuff. Battery lasts a lot longer, so I would say Hollow Sun. If it were me, if I had to pick, I would pick Hollow Sun. Matt Moore says he wants to play Street Fighter with me. Matt Moore, I will embarrass you, brother. I'm sorry, but I will embarrass you when it comes to Street Fighter, man. That's one of my games. Street Fighter and Tekken. Those are my 2 games, baby. BJ Burton, what's going on, man? What's going on? K down, he telling this. I'll tell you my age. I'm 38. Now what? Boy, come on over here. You know, this old man whoop up on you now. Come on. B, what's going on? Vetter holsters make good holsters too. Brian George says, bravo, Vetters. Vetter holster makes a good holster. Joe Morgan says he used to shoot competition with the old leather revolvers, man. That's not, if you telling your age with that one. Rescue Oh yeah, man. You know, man. Hey, rescue. Just know that it's all in fun. I'm gonna make fun. I'm gonna make fun of everybody's stuff, but just know I'm just picking, man. It ain't. Don't take it to heart. It ain't nothing, man. We all family here, so it is what it is. Oh, Chocolate Drop. Then her native girl was in here, y'all. Y'all be careful. Y'all just watch how Chocolate Drop do. Watch how Chocolate Drop. Yeah, boy. Yeah, Chocolate Drop got that crush on her. Yeah. Urban says I paid $80 for that JX tactical holster. I was hesitant on that. That's the most I've ever paid for a holster. I like Kydex. So I love Kydex. But I just can't see myself paying over $75, and that's even on the high range for a Kydex holster, man. That's just ridiculous to me, especially when I know what it takes to make them. I mean, it doesn't take much to make them at all, and you got some that's charging 120, dollars just for a light bearing holster. It ain't no way. Madden NBA 2K, if anyone ever wanted. Yeah, I don't do Madden. I don't play. I mean, you know what, man? I'm used to like Tecmo Bowl and stuff like. Man, once Madden came and they started getting up in the 99s and 2000s, you had to press this button and do that. And man, man, heck no, I couldn't do it no more. Matt Moore says, "Damn, Big D, that's a lot of gray hair." Hey, boy, that's nothing but a salt and pepper, man. That just lets you know hey, listen, I got a little bit of seasoning. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? You can't be bland out here. You got to have that little salt and pepper in there. You know what I'm saying? It makes everything taste a little better. Gotta have that salt and pepper. Big Gamer, how long has it been since you back to Charlotte? Man, I went to Charlotte. I go to Charlotte every now and again, man. I probably go like once or twice a month. I mean, Charlotte's only 45, 50 minutes for me. So, I mean, it doesn't take me long to get down there. My best friend's down in Charlotte, so I go to visit him at least once. I try to get down to visit him at least once every other month or something like that. You know what I'm saying? MK Trilogy. Man, Mortal Kombat is all right. Mortal Kombat's all right, but I like Tekken and Street Fighter better. Let me see. Cam says, do you believe in dry firing? I will I like, that is the one thing I tell people they have to do is dry fire. You have got to sit at your home and dry fire that gun. If you want to be proficient with it, you have got to sit at home and dry fire your gun. That is some of the best training that you can ever give yourself when it comes to firing a firearm is dry firing. Sit at home while you're watching TV or something, put it on something, and just try to fire it without moving it. Once you get that muscle memory, man, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference when you go out to the range. Hey, man, no problem, bro. Chicago South said I got that Benjamin Button. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, Joe, I'll look at that picture. Go ahead and send it to me. Go ahead and send it to me. Let me see. Trying to catch up. BJ Burton says he's 36, got a little bit more gray. I mean, gray comes in when it's supposed to, man. You know what I'm saying? That's that salt and pepper. You know, everything tastes better with salt and pepper. Roderick, what's going on, man? What's going on? I dry fire. Listen, out of the week, I probably dry fire 3 to 4 days out of the week. Matt Moore. I usually dry fire 3 to 4 days out of the week. You know what I'm saying? Joe Morgan, even and holster drills are important also, man. Yeah, only ones you don't dry fire rim fire guns. Yep, that's right. I mean, the striker fire ones are the ones I usually dry fire. I don't really dry fire like my 1911s or anything. I have done it before, but I don't usually do that. I try not to. Practice holster drills every day. Man, that's good. I don't really practice holster drills as often as I dry fire. I usually just sit and dry fire. I practice holster drills every now and again. I might do it like twice a month or something like that. I might get back into it doing it a little bit more. The reason I haven't done it recently is because I'm trying to change up my EDC and I haven't finished the gun yet. So I've done a lot of practice with my Glock 19. And actually, my Glock 19 holster is an outside the waistband holster. I just carry it concealed, but it is an outside the waistband holster, man. And I've practiced with that a lot. Mr. Morris, what's going on, man? How you doing? I'm not even going to repeat what you said. I'm not even going to repeat what you said. I'm not going to read it or nothing. Mr. Morris is a trip. Okay, so Clifford says, what are your thoughts on the digital practice at round that uses the app? The electric round goes into your pistol. If it helps, I would say it, but like I said, man, old school, ain't nothing broke with the way we used to train. And dry fire is something that we always used to do, man. Like when I went through police academy, they told me to go home and dry fire. When I went back out to that range, man, it changed from the time I started dry firing to the time I went to that range, and it's been good ever since, man. Okay, security, rescue 29, I got you, man. For a small drive today. See, Cam, dry firing once a week is still good, man. That's more than most, man. But like I said, I do about at least 3 or 4 times out of the week. Misha Legacy says that Glock 19 is hard to rack. It's not hard for me to rack. I can understand if you're not as strong to rack it, but the more you do it, the easier to get. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for you to keep on doing it. If you have a Glock 19 and it's hard for you to rack it, you need to be doing a lot of dry firing so you can practice that racking and get more easy. You know what I'm saying? BJ Burton says, what would be your preferred inside the waistband holster for a 1911? I don't know. I don't have an inside the waistband holster for a 1911. I don't know. There are some companies out there that I go to. Works is one, but I've never tried their inside the waistband holster for a 1911. So I wouldn't know. I've only carried outside the waistband when it comes to my 1911s because they're so big. So I've only carried outside the waistband. Let me see. Robert, I didn't get your I haven't gotten your text yet, man. When it comes in, just make sure you introduce yourself. That's all. I played a lot of duck hunting. Matt Moore, I played a lot of duck hunt. That was my game. Let's see. Mitchell said, right, I bought a M&P Shield EZ, much easier for me. Okay, nice. But still, if you own that Glock, you still want to practice. You still want to practice, man. And I mean, Rescue 29 says switch to retention spring. I wouldn't switch to retention spring. I would just practice at it, man. Just like lifting weights, man. You'll get better at it. You'll get stronger at it. Chris 77, yeah, man. Just send me some more information on those on what you sent me. Ron Williams says, hey, Diesel, are the shirts still available? Are the colors black and white? Yes, the shirts are still available. I have dropped two additional shirts and hoodies that come in gray. Some of them come in gray. So if you want it, just email me. I can send you pictures of everything. You just tell me what you want, and I'll get them to you. All right, so it says, I don't know, Vance. He says, I'm working overnight security. Any tips for staying alert for the graveyard shift? And I'm rocking my Warrior X Turbo. This lights, yeah, that Warrior X is nice. Now, only thing I can tell you, man, is, you know, I drink coffee and energy drinks. I try to stay active. I try to stay moving, man. If I can, like, get up and walk around or, you know, drive around, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I stay up and alert. And I make sure I get enough rest during the day so that over that graveyard shift isn't as hard to stay up. Mega Man 3 is the greatest video game intro music ever. Right. It is good. It is. I do remember that Mega Man, man. Boy, y'all bringing back some memories. Who DeSantis started making Kydex holsters. Okay. Robert Lumshaw, I could watch a long review video. Robert, listen, y'all don't know what it takes to make these videos. That's why I say I only want to make a 20-minute, 25-minute video, because sitting down for an hour trying to do these videos and then going to have to edit, man, that's a couple days, bro. I can't do all that now. I mean, I would love to. And what I plan on doing, guys, I'm going to make these videos and I'm going to put them all together as a compilation for y'all to watch. If y'all just want to watch them all at one time, I'll put them together as a compilation or something like that for you. But as far as making them all at one time, I don't know if I can do all that. Oh, Mr. Moore's coming with a fun fact, y'all. Just wait. Just wait. Swim says, I started my farm catalog because of you. Thank you for the advice. Hey, man, no problem. No problem. Texas Gun Vault just now put out a video today about his NFA filing, how he files his paperwork with the NFA, his NFA stuff. So it's a good idea, man. And then, like I said, it's not anything to hand over to the ATF or nothing like that. All you're doing is making sure you're covered. So if any of your stuff gets stolen, damaged, or anything like that, and you have to file some kind of, the main reason I do it is for insurance purposes, man. That's the main thing I do it for. So so that's what it is. Mrs. Morris says, if you order one black and one white shirt, it's called the Mr. Morris combo. Mr. Morris was one of the first ones to order black and white. Yes, he was. Matt Moore says, surprised you didn't make them shirts black and yellow, Big D. Bets that's your favorite song. No, that's not my favorite song. I'm sorry. I like the song, but it ain't nowhere near my favorite song. I mean, that is my favorite team. Don't get it twisted. Steelers in the house, you know, but it's not my favorite song. Chicago Southside, man, you just a hater. You're just a hater. Damon Edwards says Alien holsters prices are out there and shipping is even. Yeah, that's why I say, man, I can't see myself paying that much, man. Works holsters. I bought that one holster. I'm gonna see how it works, and I've already tried it on. It fits the gun great, man. It feels great when I have it on. So, thoughts on HK VP40? I mean, HK is a good gun, man. H&K is a very good gun. I love H&Ks. VP40s are good too. 40 caliber is a good round. So I don't have any bad thoughts about any kind of H&K. You know what I'm saying? What are you getting it for EDC? Yeah, 25 ACP is obsolete. They don't really even make them anymore that often. Yeah, Matt Moore says, yep. And just like your video, Big D, TGV got so many haters on that video. Yeah, man. Listen, I don't know why people think this is how some people think. They think if you take a piece of paper and write something down on it, that means the government knows what you're writing down on that piece of paper. That's what some people think. And I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just one of them things. It's like, just because you have paperwork in your house doesn't mean ATF knows exactly what you got on that paperwork. I just never understood that. Like, for me to find out what's on somebody's paperwork, I have to get a search warrant and go look for that paperwork and find it, and then read that paperwork to find out what's on that piece of paper. Yep. Rescue 29, I got you, man. Yeah, editing videos, man, it takes a while to edit videos, man. You got to find, like, for me, as y'all know, I put music on all of my videos, man, and trying to find the right music to put in the background and stuff like that. I like the music that I use, so it's just one of them things, man. Editing is just one of them. It is a beast to edit. John Rawls, do you run suppressors? Would you suggest them for home defense scenarios? I like suppressors. I do like suppressors. I will run suppressors. I haven't gotten my own suppressor yet. I have put the paperwork in, but it has not. I'm waiting on it to come back. But as far as home defense goes, I do not think having a suppressor for home defense is the best ideal, unless you're out secluded somewhere and nobody can hear you shooting anyway. But for me, I want somebody to know when I let off. Like, if I pull that trigger, I want somebody to hear something and say, where is that coming from? What is that? Call the police. Urban Gun Reviews, I ain't even gonna go there with them, man. I'm letting them talk. I'm letting them get it. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of haters in here. We gonna let them talk. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't even gonna acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? We had a rough few weeks, but I ain't even gonna acknowledge that. Come in. I'm live. Y'all, my daughters want to say hey.
Hey, guys.
God.
Hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Bye.
Your daddy.
Bye. Bye. Get out. Bye.
Bye, guys. You want some Oreos?
No. Bye. Get out.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
Love you.
Dang.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye. Oh, I can't stand them women. I can't stand them. Anyway, back to y'all. EDC. Is that okay? Suleiman Muhammad, is that an EDC question? You want to know what my EDC is right now? My EDC is a Glock 19. I carry sometimes, and then not a Glock, but a SIG 365 I carry also. And I'm trying to switch to a SIG a SIG P320X carry is what I'm trying to switch to. So that's what I'm trying to switch to right now. But until I get this red dot on it, which if y'all saw, how my red dot malfunction went. Oh, don't even want to think about that. But as soon as I switch to that, I'll be carrying that. Matt Moore, you're totally right, man. Just be prepared. CYA is the main thing you want to have when it comes to firearms records, man, because you never know. If you're selling or if you're buying from a private owner, you can't do a background check or anything like that, man. You want to have a date on when you got that gun or when you sold that gun, so nobody can come to you and say you still had that gun and you did that crime. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Clifford guys at Diesel, if I need someone locked up or help with some tickets, we brothers, right? Clifford, who are you? What you doing where you need help with some tickets or get somebody locked up? What you doing now? Now we need to talk about this now. Stay out of trouble. You won't need no help. Urban Gun Reviews, I don't mind long videos, 2 to 3 hours long videos. Sometimes I can make some long videos too, but I don't think most people have that long of attention span. Right. I mean, it's not even fact that attention span, man. It's just Urban Gun Reviews. You have a YouTube channel. Man, editing a 20-minute video takes about an hour. So, I mean, shoot, how long would it take to do a 2-hour-long video? Man, that's crazy. Now, doing these lives, I can go live for 2 hours and it'd be fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to edit that or anything like that. But actually doing a video, going back and trying to look through it and find the mistakes and all that stuff, I ain't, no, sir. I'm trying to catch up. Urban Gun Reviews, I'll get with you about that music. Let me see. Mr. Moore says you should do a shoot house video with a team and use elevator music as background. No other sounds, just violence and of action and sweet sounds of Kenny G. Yeah, man, that would be crazy. Y'all, I'm way back. I'm just seeing the first responses to my daughters. Yes, they get on my nerves. Yes, that's fatherhood. Yeah, I don't. They need to. Yeah. Native Girl says that DTV for haters slapped them with the twisted T. Hey, y'all know I got it cocked and ready to go. Y'all come over and mess with me if you want to. Joe Morgan says, poor Diesel, they must gang up on you. They try to gang up on me, man. Listen. They can't never hold me down, bro. I'm going through them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't holding me down. So Matt Moore says, oh, hell, Diesel, you're in trouble, Big D. Boys are going to be trying to pick them up. Hey, listen, so I was at a restaurant not too long ago, and the waiter, I didn't know who the waiter was. He knew who I was. He said, hey, Diesel, how you doing? When I first came in, they sat me down. I didn't think nothing of it. It was what it was. We go through our whole meal and everything, get up to go pay, and he is like, sir, I just want to let you know I can't wait to take your daughter out on a date. I was like, oh, F you. I was like, no, sir, that's not going to happen. And he looked at me with his big hands. I said, bro, I don't even know who you are. He was real respectful. I was just messing with him, though. He was real respectful. My 17-year-old daughter's almost 18. She will be 18. Golly, next month. She'll be 18 next month. So once she turns 18 and gets out of school, I don't care what she does, as long as she does not have to live here. K-Down, man, I appreciate it, man. He said, y'all definitely losing. Then don't do your girls like that. Bro, let me tell you something. For one, we ain't losing. And this is my man cave. No women allowed. I do have one rule to my man cave, okay? And I ain't going to tell y'all that one rule. It's because it's only for women that come to my house that are not family that have to abide by that rule. But I'm not telling you what that rule is because it's a little, whatever. But I don't let girls in my man cave. They don't come to they have to knock before they come in my man cave because this is the only place in my house where I can get away from them. The only place. I've never seen none fancy. I've never seen that gun channel. I need to look them up, man. I've never seen them, man. I've heard a lot of people talking crap about them. Not crap. They don't talk crap about it. It says it's a good channel, but just like what y'all are saying, he rambles on and stuff like that. I have never actually watched him, though. Too Many Choices says my carry is a Glock 33, which is with a Glock 23 barrel chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson instead of 357 SIG, which is impossible to find. Is 357 SIG impossible to find? I didn't think it was that hard. That's not a well-known round, man, but it's a very good round. A lot of people they sleep on 357 SIG. I love 357 SIG. I had a Glock 33, but shooting that 357 SIG out of it just hurt my hands, and I had to sell it because I couldn't shoot it. And I'm trying to find a full-size 357 SIG. I really want a full-size 357 SIG. Not SIG. It might be a SIG. I can't remember which one it said I wanted. Danny Steele says, have you talked about the band that might be coming? No, sir. I haven't talked about it because I don't really want to talk much about what the band might be or anything like that. I want to see who all he's going to put in his cabinet first before I make any predictions of what's going to happen. I don't know, man. It's kind of scary just thinking about it, but we'll see what happens, man. Laugh aloud. Diesel drops that slide. Yeah, that was a bold waiter. I didn't know where he was coming from or anything like that, but you know what? And I wasn't. That word just came out my mouth. I wasn't even thinking about it. I just like F you, and then like he just looked at me with his, and I said it loud too. And I was like, "Yo, man, like don't be coming at me like that." Yeah, he knows. Apparently, they go to school together, so he knows all about me. He's been watching my YouTube channel and all that stuff. And he was real respectful, man. Real respectful kid. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He shook my hand and everything, introduced himself to me and all that stuff, man. But I think he was just trying to be funny or something like that. And it just caught me off guard. Let me see. Where am I at? Man cave, no, Fortress of Solitude. You daggone right. I told my girls, I said, y'all can do anything y'all want to do throughout the whole house. You want to paint? As long as it ain't no crazy old pinks or nothing like that in the living room, I don't care. You can do whatever you want to do throughout the whole house. But this man cave, though. This man cave, dog. This mine. I'm doing what I want to do down here. Mr. Moore says, Freedom Munitions is selling ammo all day, and they're not price gouging. Check them out. Man, I couldn't afford 357 SIG before the pandemic. Man, I got a lot of 357 SIG. I got like 4 or 5 cases of 357 SIG, but none of it is ball. All of it is hollow point, gold dot hollow point, because I got a good deal on it. Lynn Brewer says he got one 357 SIG. What do you have? Do you have the Glock, or do you have what 357 SIG do you have? Buy a Glock 22, then get it. No, I don't want to retrofit. I want it to be actual 357 SIG. I want it to say 357 SIG on the gun. I don't want it to be a retrofitted, 40 or whatever, and then it say 357 SIG. Because if that's the case, I could get a 9. You know what I'm saying? So, no. Hold on. I just lost my space. Hold on. Here we go. So yeah, Joe Morgan says maybe the 226. I think that's the one I wanted, the 226. I wanted to be I don't want to be a polymer. I want to be a steel frame gun, man, because that 357 SIG is a host to shoot, almost like the 10 millimeter. So Randall says, getting back on that bike soon, opinions on Honda or Suzuki in terms of build quality and aftermarket of their sports. Suzuki has always been my favorite manufacturer when it comes to bikes. Honda has been second, close second. And I really do sports bikes. Now, Sportsters I would do also. And there are a lot of aftermarket stuff for Hondas and Suzukis. Kawasaki's got a lot of too, and Yamahas too. But when it comes to aftermarket, man, you pretty much can't go wrong with any of them, man, because Honda, all of them are out there. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite, man, that Suzuki Hayabusa has been my favorite bike since I had my first one. And I'm going to get another one. Urban Gun Review says, Diesel, he knows about you and still asks you that. You have to do him like Will and Martin on Bad Boys 2 if he comes to the house. Oh, yeah. You know it's going down. It is going down. My best friend will be here, and it is going down, bro. Too many choices says I need gold dot, bro. Hook a brother up. Ugh. Man, I can't get rid of my gold dot, man. I can't, not during these times. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Lindbergh, willing to sell it. What do you want to sell? K-Down says 10 millimeters fun. Yes, it is. Too many choices says 357 SIG to 40 Smith & Wesson and reverse is the only caliber swap that Glock will warranty as factory if you just swap barrels, 2 guns for 1 frame. Not really 2 guns for 1 frame because you could use 2 calibers, but I get what you're saying. But like I said, I don't want to have a barrel just laying around. I have barrels laying around. That's because I swapped out the threaded barrel for the factory barrel or something like that. But other than that, I don't want to have to switch barrels around if I want to carry my 357 SIG or go shoot or something like that. I just want to be able to pick it up and take it to the range. Matt Moore says, let me answer the door. They will be single till they're 30. Listen, I don't want them to be single till they're 30. I want them to be single until they're 19 so they can get the hell up out of here. You get what I'm saying? Like, go. Enjoy life, boo-boo. Please. I've been the man taking care of you. Please, let's let some other man take care of you. Let's do that. Let's make it happen. All right, Rescue 29, we'll see you, man. John Ross says, anybody know where I can find them? No. 300 blackout ammo is, you can't find that anywhere. And I've heard that gripe and complaint from so many people that they cannot find 300 blackout anywhere. No. Mr. Moore says John Ross get a handful of 5.56 and close your eyes. That's funny. See, Cam said everyone out. See, that's the thing, man. I've got a lot of 40 and 45s. I just don't have as many 9s. And I need to do some reviews on some 9s, but I don't want to shoot it. I do not want to shoot up my 9. So I'm kind of in a rock and a hard place to where, like, when I go to the range, I really want to take my 45s and my 40s, and I don't want to take my 9s because I just don't want to shoot the ammo. But I'm going to do these reviews real quick. SP, what's going on? Muhammad, what are you thinking about selling? Is that your 357 SIG? No. Swimp 15? Swim P15? No. Do not I wouldn't suggest anybody getting a 22 LR conversion kit for anything. If you're going to get a 22 LR, get the 22 LR gun. But you are doing yourself a disservice if you do a conversion kit and call yourself training, and then you go back to the 5.56. It is nowhere near the same kind of shooting, nowhere near the same kind of projectile or ballistics. So do not do it. If you're going to shoot around or play around with a 22 LR, that's one thing, but keep your 5.56 and train with it as much as you can. Just play around with a 22 LR, but don't call yourself training with a 22 LR. You will do yourself a disservice. Joe Morgan, I agree with you, man. Joe Morgan says, I'm refusing to shoot my defensive stuff until I have ammo to replace it ahead of time. That's right. And that's how I am when it comes to my 9mm. I found a few boxes at like $17.99 for 50 rounds, and I bought a few boxes so I can still go out to the range because I'm trying to replace what I have right now. But I still haven't been able to find that bulk ammo that I want to find. Matt Moore says, I got daughters too, Big D. My number one job is as a dad is to keep them off the poles and make sure they don't get knocked up until they finish college. Hey, look, my number one goal is to get them out this damn house. Number one, get out. I'm tired of you. Get out. No, but truthfully, yeah, I got you, man. I don't, you know what I'm saying? You can only do so much, man. You can only do so much. Once they get to a certain age where they can make their own decisions, just like I told them, my girls, y'all can stay here as long as you want, as long as you abide by the rules. When you don't abide by rules, I'm going to kick you out. I'm sorry, you got to go. Damn it, there was the kids invaded the man cave. Yes, they did invade my man cave. They ain't coming back down here either. Joe Morgan, that's right, man. Don't ever come to me. And I on my Friday foolery video, I will talk about this also. But I had somebody tell me that I should give my daughter a 22. He was like, you need to give your daughter a 22. And I was like, why do you say that? He was like, so she can shoot longer. I'm not training my daughter to shoot longer. I'm training her to shoot correctly, so she don't have to shoot longer. I'm not. That's counterproductive. If she can shoot a 9mm just fine, and the only problem she's having is holding it up for a long time, that's the least of my worries. As long as she can get bullets on target, she ain't got to hold it up that long. You know what I'm saying? So I never could understand that concept of getting a 22 and training with that, and then going to a 9 or a 45 or a 40 and being like, oh, I should be good because I've been training with this 22. No, man, it don't work like that. Bridging the Gap says, should I change the sight on my Series 70 Colt 1911 or leave them original? I would leave them original. For me, I would leave them original. And the only reason I say that is because I don't carry hardly any of my 1911s when I'm out. Usually those are safe queens, man. My 1911s, I keep in my safe. There is one I do carry, and that's my SIG Champion 1911. I carry that one from time to time. And I have factory sights on that too. I haven't changed out those sights either, man. So that's totally up to you, man. But if it was me, I wouldn't. Swimpy says, facts, shoot correctly, 1 round maximum is the goal. There you go, man. Putting them rounds on target like they should, man. We ain't doing no competition shooting. Nice, man. Mr. Moore says, my baby gets to visit her first kill house on her Sweet 16. Nice. We don't have any of those here around. We have one in North Carolina, and it's about like 2 or 3 hours away from me. And I ain't gonna drive all the way over there, just go to a shoot house. Joe Morgan says he has a 22 revolver as a backup gun. I mean, a backup gun is good for a 22 revolver. That's good gun for a backup. It's a good gun if it works too. Yeah, man. Too many choices said that 357 is ridiculous. It is, man. It is. And I was shooting it out of a baby frame. So yes, it is a host to shoot. It is a host. Tim Gibson says, "Do you? No, I don't. I don't address those kind of things on my channel, my guy. I don't address those kind of things. I stay out of politics and I stay out of all that other stuff, man. I don't address that kind of stuff." Well, see, and that's what I'm saying. Mr. Morris, I can go to him. The private ones, law enforcement are allowed to go to, and I think there's one of them. Unless they built another one within the last few years, I know of one for sure. So, you know. 45 XDS is a beast to shoot. Yes, it is. I got one of those, man. They were selling those dirt cheap right before all this stuff happened with this sickness and all that stuff, man. And I got one, and I went to go shoot it, man, and that thing was a beast. Valen, what's going on, man? No problem, man. Don't worry about being late. I'm going to be on here for a little while longer. Don't even worry about it. Joe Morgan says, "Yeah, politics are cheap and dirty, and I'm enjoying the peace. Nothing personal." Yeah, I don't do politics, and I don't do religion. Those are two things I don't do on my channel. I don't want to go back and forth because, you know, politics and religion are those things you just can't change people's minds, and I don't want to, you know, try to change nobody's mind or anything like that. So I just stay out of it. I stay out of all of it. John Rawls, did you find you some 300 blackout? Chris 77, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you coming. Right. Clifford Gallagher says those are the two things that start wars: religion and politics. Yes, sir. So Matt Moore says, "Big D, if the speed limit is 70, what's the real danger speed that gets you pulled over? Feel like I'm safe at 77 or less around my area." So here in North Carolina, it is speed for speed, but usually I don't stop anybody unless they're 15 or over. Now, the law states that, and the reason why, because it turns in from an infraction and it goes to a misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really write for infractions because infractions are just the lower end of the traffic stuff. So here in North Carolina, anything 80 miles and over, you're going to have to go to court for. But there's so many people that do it, so you don't usually get written for it. So usually I try to stay between the 15 or 16 mile an hour and up over the speed limit. If you're going 15, 16 plus over the speed limit, I'll usually stop you. And it's not necessarily that you'll get a ticket for it. Now, if you're going 20 plus over, that's more than likely going to get a ticket for it. 15, 16 over, 17 over, I can see myself giving a warning, just telling people to slow down, because a lot of times people just don't know what the traffic changes were. But 20 mile an hour, that's just way too over. So I usually don't, you know, it's just one of them things. Some officers are different. Some say 9, you're fine, 10, you're mine. So some officers go by that. 9 mile an hour over, you're good. 10 mile an hour over, you're theirs. Mr. Morris, man, appreciate you coming, man. Jeff, what's going on from Cincinnati, man? Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you coming in here. Too many choices says you forgot women in your starting wars list. Religion, politics, cell phone carriers. Oh, okay. Now I'm out. All right, Mr. Morris, we'll see you, bro. So who actually uses gloves to shoot? I don't use any gloves to shoot because I don't walk around with gloves on. So I don't use gloves when I shoot, when I train. I don't use gloves because more than likely if I have to defend myself, I'm not going to have any gloves on. So I just don't practice with gloves. I know a lot of people do, and I don't see the I've never understood the reasoning behind it. I'm more of a practical train. I train practically. So if I walk around and I don't have gloves on, usually I don't wear them. If I usually wear concealed, I usually practice when train concealed. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of guys that come to the range and they wear gloves, you know what I'm saying, because they think it's cool and it looks cool and all that stuff. But when it comes down to it, you have to manipulate that gun a little bit different when you're wearing gloves and when you're not wearing gloves. So that's why I don't wear them. Joe Morgan says, I am political and I have opinions, but I generally keep them to myself unless the Second Amendment involved. Yep, me too. Same. I will speak about the Second Amendment, but other than that, I won't. I will speak about some law enforcement things. I won't speak about, how law enforcement treats certain people or, certain races or anything like that. But I will speak about Second Amendment and some things when it comes to law enforcement. Other than that, I try to keep my hands out of it. I don't want any kind of controversy when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I keep my opinions out of it. Big Gamers, to be honest, I figured you would have went to the Army or law enforcement after high school. Love this channel on me. I am in law enforcement. I'm a police officer, been one for 16 years. Now, I didn't go to the forces, military, or anything like that. Straight out of high school, I worked for an armed security company. And that kind of helped me when it came to law enforcement, man, my police academy, because a lot of the laws, you had to learn a lot of the laws in security to know what they could be arrested for and stuff like that. So when I went to police academy, it kind of helped me out a little bit, man. John Rawls, how much are they selling those 200 round cases for? Misha Legacy said, politics and religion combo like a game of spades. Somebody's going to want to fight. You right. You're right. Every time spades is involved, somebody wants to fight. Same thing with politics and religion. C-Cam says, I didn't either until I ran that AK. Why you got to wear gloves for an AK? Man, you got them little girly hands or something? What's wrong? Your hands too soft for that AK? C-Cam. Yeah, AKs do get hot. They do get hot. I will say they do get hot. But usually, man, practically, when it comes to practicality, man, like, you going to shoot an AK that much? You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a war, yeah. But I don't shoot AKs that much. I wouldn't shoot an AK that much where it would get so hot to where I couldn't handle it, man, because I don't feel like that's practical. Swimpy says, I have gloves on my battle belt, but they're there if I need them. I've seen, I might do a video on civilian carriers, from what I've seen, civilians carriers, because I've heard a lot of people say that you have to have a pouch for a radio on your civilian carrier. I have never understood why you would put a radio on your civilian carrier where ammunition could go. I never understood that, especially when you're talking about who you're going to be talking to. Who you going to be talking to on that radio? See, Cam, were you doing like a training or something like that when you were shooting your AK? Oh man, John Ross says $300 for 200 rounds of blackout. Ooh, that's over $1 a round, buddy. That hurts. Too Many Choices says, I've got gloves and radio on my civilian carry. Oh man, like I said, I don't understand why. Who you talking to on that radio? Too Many Choices. Who you talking to? And like, you know what I'm saying? You could put a radio in your sack or your backpack or whatever it is that you're carrying if it came down to it. Like, I just don't feel like that's who. I don't know, man. I just don't know who you'll be talking to on the radio. Okay, training class for 8 hours. Okay, I can understand that if you brought gloves just because it got hot. I can understand that. What's the law for carrying a gun in the vehicle in North Carolina? So if you're carrying a gun in a vehicle and you do not have a concealed carry, when you can put it anywhere in the video, but when you get pulled over, it has to be somewhere the officer can see it. And I would suggest putting it on the dashboard so the officer can see it and pointing it out to them so they know it's there. Because I've walked up to cars before, the gun was on the dashboard and I didn't notice it or anything like that until I looked and it was like, oh, there's a gun there. And it kind of like throws you off, you know what I'm saying? So I would suggest you put it on the dashboard and let them know it's there. Or wherever you do put it, you make sure they know it's there. It has to be plain sight, though. On the radio, because most people, it's more important to look cool than be practical. Oh, I get that. I mean, if you want to look cool because you got a radio on your carrier, that's one thing. But really, I really think it's a waste of space. If it's not ammunition or a first aid kit or something like that on your civilian, I don't see any reason to have anything other than ammunition and some first aid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Quick clot or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I really don't see a reason for you to have anything else on your carrier. Barama, he says, how do you feel about what happened yesterday? I'm not going to speak on that, man. We're not going to talk about that. Not going to get into that. I don't want to really, I don't want this to be that type of channel where I speak on those kind of things. So I try to leave that stuff. Y'all seen the news. I know y'all know what went on. I'm not going to go into that or anything like that. Joe Morgan says, in Idaho, if a gun is in plain sight, is it considered not loaded? Wow, okay. I would never consider a gun not loaded just because I can see it. Yeah, see, Cam, send me that video. Send me a video of you running that AK. Swim P says, my wife and I have radios to talk to each other if things go south with small girls. I may have to leave the area while secured property area. I understand that, man, but you can put a radio in your pocket. Like, you don't have to put it on your vest. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not something that you would have every single time. You know what I'm saying? And if you and your wife are together, that radio is taking up space to where you're not going to be using it. So, like I said, I just don't feel like it is a good choice for outer carrier for somebody that is not in the military or that is not in law enforcement or something like that. I just really feel like that is a waste of space. Don't forget that good Olight. Olight is yeah, man. I love Olight. I love it. Okay, Matt Moore says, that's weird, Big D. In Texas, you can have it in the car without a CCL, but it has to be concealed. Can't be in the open. We also don't have to tell the cops, but I always do. Man, I feel two type of ways about that, man, because a lot of criminals, well, a criminal will keep it in their car and conceal and not tell you anyway. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. Thinking about that, I mean, I do get it. John Wall says, yeah, but can't find it anywhere. Plenty of 5.56, but no blackout. And see, in that situation, I would go to my 5.56, man. I would just keep the blackout that I have and just run my 5.56 for right now, because really you're not losing anything by switching from 300 blackout to 5.56. You're not really losing much, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So I would just stick with my 5.56 and then go to my blackout when I got some more. Too Many Choices says he's not losing his radio for nothing. My point exactly. Oh, wow. Joe Morgan says in Idaho, it's legal for a 14-year-old to own a handgun. Wow. That's crazy. Here in North Carolina, you have to be 21 to own it, but you can be 18 to possess it. You can carry around a handgun at 18, but you cannot own it technically. Clifford God says, who names their guns? My guns already have names. Glock, Sig Sauer, Smith & Wesson. Those are the names of my guns. Glock 19, stuff like that. Those are the names of my guns. If y'all haven't noticed yet, I'm a little bit of a smart ass sometimes. Y'all have not noticed that. I like messing with y'all though. So what kind of plate carrier are you trying to get? You trying to get a plate carrier or just a vest? I have not gotten into the plate carriers. I usually do Kevlar just because my profession has gotten me with Kevlars. Plate carriers are so much heavier than Kevlar. I just like Kevlar a lot more. Now, Kevlar is a little bit hotter than plate carriers because it takes up a little bit more space. But I just would rather have a Kevlar vest than a plate carrier. Mama said, looking to buy a Beretta 92 for my birthday so I can make it a Resident Evil gun. Yeah. A lot of my guns have come behind me playing games and things of that sort. My 1911s, love for my 1911s had come from me playing a video game. The Evolutionary Handbook says Idaho prohibits any person under age of 18 from possessing a handgun. I don't know what the laws are. Joe Morgan, I have no idea what the laws are. Now, we're not going to get no arguments over it. It is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Swim P says, I dig it. I named my guns by what manufacturer calls them. I flirted with Bebop and Rocksteady, but that went by wayside quickly. Bebop and Rocksteady. You know what? Ninja Turtles, man. Me, as a kid, man, we used to play Ninja Turtles in the woods, man. I was Leonardo. I was always the leader. So I was Leonardo. And we just had fun running through the woods and, playing Ninja Turtles. Back in the day, boy, that's way back in the day. Too many choices. Yeah, man. You got to have, that's what I'm saying. You got to have so much when it comes to radios if you want them to be effective. Because most radios only go up to about a mile and a half at the most. If you don't have any repeaters, man, you ain't going to be able to use those radios. Yeah, I got you, Matt Moore. There's a company out there. Let me look up because I know there's a company out there in North Carolina. There's a company in North Carolina actually that carries they sell very good plate carriers. A couple of the deputies that I work with have them and make very good plate carriers, man. Captured Perfection, man. Welcome, man. Welcome. Appreciate you coming. Do you have any firearms? Oh, wow. Okay. I got you, Joe. Nick Taylor, what's going on? What's going on? Freaky 10 thought of the Canon TP9SF. I got the TP9SF Elite. Very good gun. Clifford guy says, see, we couldn't have hung out because I ain't being Donatello all the time. Donatello or Raphael, one or the other. Yeah, North Carolina is kind of cold now. They're saying we're gonna have some snow tomorrow, man. North Carolina's kind of finicky when it comes to snow. We might have some snow for one day, and then all of a sudden it's nothing. The next day it's like sunny out. You can go out and not have a coat on and all that stuff. Van says the first AR I built is named Rona. Nice. So Capturing Perfection says, new to your channel and firearms, what's your thoughts on the M&P Shield 9EZ, or is a Glock equivalent or better? Listen, whatever is best for you. I couldn't take Glock and Smith & Wesson are even kill for me. I prefer a Glock, but Smith & Wesson is just as good. There's nothing wrong with the Smith & Wesson EZ. There's nothing wrong with the Glock. Both of them will do exactly what you need them to do, man. So whatever you feel like is best, whatever you like best, or whatever, man, I would say go with that. And now I'm in the AR pistol looking to purchase a handgun. Okay, nice. Swamp says, VA2, my kids don't know what a snow day is. I thought VA got some snow. Huh. Cajun Tigers, what's going on, man? How you doing? Too many choices. Smith & Wesson's as good as Glock. Blasphemy. Nah, man, that's the truth, bro. That is the truth, man. When it comes down to Glock and Smith & Wesson and SIG, now I'm just talking about striker fired. SIG's P series, not the P series, but the steel frame, the older P229s and all that stuff. I would say they don't hold. Glock or Smith & Wesson don't hold a clout to it. But when it comes to striker fire, SIG, Smith & Wesson, and Glock are about the same. You ain't going to get hardly any difference with those guns, man. P320 to the Glock, whatever, to the Smith & Wesson M&P. You're not going to find that much of difference with the reliability of those guns. I don't know about the recall on EZ. I don't know the Smith & Wessons. I didn't hear about that. Walthers make a very good gun. Mark Allen says, what do you think about the Walther PPS M2? Very good gun. Walthers make good guns too, man. I'm thinking about getting a PPQ Walther. So that might be my next actual purchase when it comes to collection. Now, I know my next purchase is going to be that Glock 27 for work, but as far as collection, I'm thinking about getting that PPQ. No problem. Capturing Perfection, no problem. Dr. Mortician, I'm old school. I have a Dan Wesson 357 Magnum and a Smith & Wesson 357. Really starting to dig the Kimber lately. Kimbers are good gun, man. My first 1911 was a Kimber, and I love it, man. I love that Kimber, man. That thing, man. I rocks with Kimber. John Rawl says, if you get a Glock, please use standard mags because the other stuff sucks. I would not know because I only use standard mags and mostly everything I have. Now, that Chris Vector that I have, I bought some 30-round aftermarket mags for that. I have not had a problem with them, but that's the only aftermarket mags I bought because I wanted 30 rounders. And that was the only ones I bought. So As far as the ones that go on my Glocks, I use regular Glock mags when it goes to my Glocks. And any other gun, if I'm not buying no aftermarket magazines for any of my guns, really. G Money Boys, what's your problem? What your problem is, buddy? Jude Israel, what's going on, man? C Cam says, do you put magwells on your 1911s? I'll put magwells on everything I can because it helps with the grip. If I can put a magwell on it, I'm going to put a magwell on it. I want to put a magwell on a few other of my guns if I can. But yeah, I put magwells on a lot of my guns. The HKP30L. Let me see. I don't have one, but let me see if I've ever shot it. Oh, I've never shot one of those. I've never shot one of those. But that's kind of like the HK USP almost. It's kind of like the HK USP, but it's the top of it's like the HK USP, but the bottom's like the VP 9s. That looks interesting. I might look into that. Might look into that one. Oh, Matt, that's funny. Diesel, do you know how they came up with the name for Nissan? Datsun, back in the day, Japanese said we need to name by tomorrow workers Datsun. That's nice. Thoughts on the Colt 1911? Colts 1911s are nice, man. Depending on what you get, man. There's a lot of them that are the lower of the kill, but I mean, Colt makes a good gun. They make good 1911s, man. So I don't think you could go totally wrong with it. But just like a Colt, you can get like a Rock Island or something like that. 1911 be just as good as a Colt, I think. That's just personally how I feel about it. 1911s are hard to mess up. There are a few out there now. There are a few out there, but they are kind of hard to mess up. Just like an AR, they're just hard to mess up. Too many choices, Chris Vector. Excuse me, this is news. I clearly need to go look at your past videos. Yeah, man, my first 4 videos have some of my guns, man. A lot of my guns. I'm not gonna say most of them, but a lot of my guns. I have a Chris Vector MPX, that CZ Scorpion. If you look at my old gun collection videos, I'm going to do an updated one on what I've changed on some of my ones that I've already shown, but I don't feel like I'm going to be showing any more of my my guns that I currently have. Now, if I buy another one and I want to bring it on the channel, I'll bring it, but I've bought some and I'm not bringing it on the channel here recently. I just don't want to show every single gun that I have. You know what I'm saying? Chicago South says PPQ is nice. You're gonna like it. Yeah, I shot one, and that's why I'm saying I might get one because I did shoot one. I shot the polymer frame one, and when I shot it, I was so impressed, man. I really want to get one now. Factory mags are the way to go. I purchased a few P mags for my Glock, and you can feel the craftsmanship. Stick with OEM if possible. Yes, do that. Please, man, because the thing about it is, man, with them aftermarket, man, they could cause any kind of malfunction, and you might be very good with the gun, but it's not the gun. It's whatever you buy that's aftermarket. And same thing with triggers, man. Some of these triggers out here are no good. They are trash. And people just like to put triggers in their guns just because it looks good. And it might not even run well. So just, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful what you put in your guns. G Money, you're out of there. Too many choices. I have a Series 2 Colt Commander, expensive for what it is. Colt, they're very, very proud of what they have. They're very proud. Same as Kimber, they're very proud of it. But 1911s, man, you're gonna pay for some 1911. Most 1911s are overpriced for what you get. I mean, when it comes down to it, they're not. I wouldn't say they're overpriced, but they are pricier for what you get. Armed and Dangerous, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming. No offense taken, man. I don't expect cops to help me. I expect them to enforce the law and arrest criminals. Feel like we put too much on cops. No offense, Big D. And that's why I say, man, a lot of people need to get, armed, because like we are called when you need help. At the time when you need help, we are not there because you have not called us yet. So that's why I say people need to find out how to defend themselves until we can get there to help. P. Walther, I'm 20, hoping to get my CCW, a P365, also 2G19, P80. But with the new president, I don't know if I'll be able to register in the next 3 months. Man, you don't have to worry. Handguns are not a big worry when it comes to this next one. I think handguns you need to worry about. I think you need to be more worried about long guns. But when it comes to handguns, you might need to be worried about pistol rifles and stuff like that, yes. But when it comes to handguns, I don't think we're too worried about those. They've been ordered to say they talking to the Hawaii 5-0 on those walkie-talkies. Hawaii 5-0. Joe Morgan says, I really like the Taurus Metgars. They are actually really well made and really affordable. I've never had one of those. Never shot one of those either. Vance says, my first pistol was a Star Model B. Loved that thing, 9mm 1911. Listen, man, I've always been against getting a 9mm 1911. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like 1911s are supposed to be 45s. And I just have been so against getting a 9mm 1911. Only thing I've ever gotten that is the closest thing to a 9mm 1911 is my Hudson H9. And that's it. It's kind of, the concept is a 1911, but it's not an actual 1911. It's striker fire. That's the only thing. If I buy a 1911, it's going to be a 45. I just don't see myself getting a 1911 that's 9mm. Muhammad says, how can I get my CCW if I don't have 10 years of address history? You should have 10 years of address history. For one, what state? I don't know what state you're in. I have no idea what state you're in. But if you're just looking at address history, you can use if you're out of your parents' house, you can use what address was at your parents' house or whatever. I mean, if you've been alive for 10 years, you should have 10 years of where you stayed. If I'm reading the question correctly, I don't know exactly what you're asking. I'm thinking that's what you're asking, but as long as you give where you stayed for the last 10 years, you should be good. Joe Morgan says, I've noticed handgun magazines really going up. It's over $30 for any mag now, and P mags are $10. Listen, I just recently purchased a 15-round mag for my 365, and that thing was $50. And that is that's how much it's been cost. It's SIG, they're proud of their mags. Now, as far as other mags, I do not go out my way to buy extra mags for any of my guns. I don't do that. I would buy extra mags for my ARs, but when it comes to my handguns, as long as I've got 3 to 4 mags, I'm good. I don't usually go out and buy a whole bunch of magazines. I'd rather have more rifle ammo than I would handgun ammo. So that's why it's not one of them things where I've gone out and just bought a whole bunch of different magazines. Now, I'll buy magazine extensions, but I won't buy actual magazines. Let me see. Where was I at? 10 millimeter 1911. Michael Grasso. Okay, so yes. Okay, you're right. 10 millimeter. I do want that new SIG. It's a 1911 TAC Op 10 millimeter. I will get that. That has become high on my list. Matter of fact, I was thinking about getting that, either get that or that PPQ. It was between those two, that 10 millimeter and that 1911, or that PPQ. And you did bring that up, man. Golly, you had to bring that up because that's an expensive gun. Swim says, I agree. All 1911s should be 45 only. They're designed to handle higher caliber ammunition. That's why I say I would get a 10 millimeter 1911, because 9 millimeter 1911 just does not sit right with me for some reason. I don't know why. It's just, Let me see. Nevada. I'm 23. Went homeless when I was 15, 17. Moved a lot. You know what, Muhammad? You might want to ask them about that, your homeless status, as far as what you can put down as an address. And the reason why I say that is because you might be able to use one of the addresses for the time you were homeless as your address for the period you were homeless. If you were homeless for 3 years and you stayed at a friend's house for 3 or 4 months, you could possibly use that for the 3 years you were homeless. That's just, I don't know for sure. You might want to ask somebody, because I'm not in Nevada. I don't know how the laws work there, but you can just ask them to see what they say. So John Law says, yes, what they are calling weapons of war are war AR and AK platforms are what anti-gunners don't like. Also, unserialized Glock build kits. Yes, that is exactly what they're talking about when it comes to banning the weapons. They want any kind of weapon of war or military style weapon, things of that sort is what they're talking about. Maybe doing a restriction on. Non-Walther 9 says, I also want to get an AR. What's a good entrance? My budget is $1,000. Right now, for $1,000, man, Palmetto State makes a good AR right now for around $1,000. And for what you're going to be using it for, that's probably going to be a good deal for you, man. Palmetto State makes a good one for about $1,000. And Palmetto, a lot of people talk trash about Palmetto State because they put out so much product. But truthfully speaking, I cannot say that there has been somebody that has just had just major problems with their Palmetto State firearm. Joe Morgan, I got you, man. Yeah, man. I get that. I get that. If there was ever a time where, what I'm saying, I wanted to get a whole bunch of mags, it was when they did the pre-ban on the mag capacity. And a lot of people that had those pre-ban mags sold them for expensive. But like I said, man, I just can't see myself. Like, I've got, as far as my Glock mags, I've got probably, my Glock 17, I probably got 15 mags for that gun because I've gone through so many Glocks. But I didn't go out and buy them myself. I can just take the Glocks, the magazines I have for other Glocks, and put them with that Glock. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I don't really go. Now, I did buy a whole bunch of 1911 mags. I got a bunch of 1911, and I bought a bunch of my P229 mags. I bought a bunch of them too, way back when, because they were so cheap. But as far as me going out now and buying just a whole bunch of mags, I just would rather have a whole bunch of rifle. P620 says, build an AR for $599. I don't think you can build one for $599 no more, man. Just the parts and all that stuff that you're going to get, man, you're probably talking around $800 to build one now. A Mini 14 can do as much as an AR-15. You are totally right. But they don't say anything about the Mini 14. You are totally right, man. I've had a couple guys that I worked with back in the day, man. When I first started, they had Mini 14s in their patrol cars. Matt Moore asked Big D, without going into specific details, do you run into the same people breaking the laws often enough to recognize them by name in your job? Yes, I know people by first name. I know their mother. I know part of their family. I mean, there's so many. Yes, I run into people like the same people all the time doing stuff that they're not supposed to be doing. Yes. C-Cam says my AK was a PSA. How does that AK work? Because I was thinking about getting one of those PSA AKs, man. Do you like it? Too Many Choices says Mini 14 won't mount optics and has more expensive full capacity 25 round magazine. Yeah, and that's why they're not saying anything about the Mini 14, because it doesn't. You can't put as much stuff on it as you can the AR. That's the only reason. So Capturing Perfection says, as a beginner, which Glock model is recommended? Home defense and possible CCW in the future. If you're wanting to go CCW and it does everything that you wanted to do, I would say a Glock 19. Glock 19 is a great size for you to put a light on it if you want to. You can concealed carry with it very good. So I would say a Glock 19 if you were going to get something mid-size. Any kind of Glock that is mid-size would be good for home defense and CCW. Cajun Tiger says, what is your opinion on red dots on pistols? Are you talking about a laser or are you talking about the optic? Red dot. If you're talking about a red dot optic, I would say it is a great tool to have on your gun. If you're talking about a laser, I would say train, because that laser will make you forget your muscle memory and make you forget trigger pull, because you feel like whatever that laser is on, you can just snatch that daggone trigger and it'll be there, and it won't. I've had lasers on my guns before, and I mean, the shooting was just horrible. So I took them off. Swim P says PSA is decent and will come in clutch if you need it. The price isn't the issue right now; it's the necessity. Upgraded parts over time, and you'll have a backup just in case. Man, a lot of my PSA rifles. Like I went and bought there was right before all this stuff happened with the sickness and all that stuff. I could find a strip lower for $30. So I bought a bunch of them at a gun show because they were selling for like $20 or $25 or something like that. So I bought like 8 or 9 of them at one time. And then PSA came out with a sale where they were doing the full uppers for like, you could get a fully upper for like $139 or $200, somewhere around there. So I bought a bunch of those. And then I just started building on those, man. And man, like I said, I don't have any problem. One of them actually has my binary trigger in it. And it shoots great. Shoots great, man. I don't have any complaints with that gun. Matt Moore says Glock 19 is a do-all, jack of all trades. If you're only getting one on your first, get the 19, in my opinion. And I totally agree with him, man. I have a video on what should be your first gun. I don't give models. I don't give what you should get, but I would suggest, with me getting the guns and what I've gone through, I wish I would have got a gun that I could do everything with. Carry concealed, home defense, if I want to add a light to it. My first gun was a 1911 Kimber with no rail on it, so I couldn't put a rail on it. It was hard to conceal. So I would suggest getting something, I don't care what it is, getting something that is a nice size where you can to conceal, and you can put your light on it if you want to, or anything like that. That's what I would suggest, man. Muhammad says, I own 2 Glocks, 29 and a 22, but I'm not a Glock guy. I prefer H&K. H&K is good, man. I own a lot of Glocks, and the reason why I own so many Glocks is because, like, with my job, I've just, Glock is what we've carried. I've carried Glocks for my whole career. I've only had Glocks, so that's why I have so many Glocks. But I have H&Ks, I have FNs, I have Smith and Wessons, I have Tauruses, I have all kinds of guns, man. So I mean, I wouldn't say I was one more fan. I just love 1911s. I'll tell you, I love 1911s. Other than that, I just like guns. Too many choices. Binary Trigger 2. What do you think about it? Seems gimmicky, but the fact you can cancel the second shot is cool. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, the just like I say with any fully automatic gun, 3-round burst or anything, you're gonna get what you get with it. It's not nearly as accurate, but it is a lot of fun to shoot. I mean, a lot of fun to shoot. I love shooting my binary. And like I said, it's not as accurate, but I have a good time when I do shoot it. I don't shoot it right now because of ammo. And you go through a lot of ammo with those binary triggers, but it's fun to shoot. I have 2 of them that are still in the packaging. I'm just keeping them in the packaging for right now, just in case. You know what I'm saying? So today, me and my team did a joint operation with ATF SWAT team, and one of their dudes on the team had 8 rifle mags and 6 pistol mags, and everyone on my team was like, "What the if going on?" Yeah, man. You know what? I mean, listen, I've done a lot of task force work with Homeland Security, ATF, DEA, and stuff like that. And sometimes you should be looking like, "What the heezy? What the heezy?" Man, I wouldn't say it was too much, man. It depends on what, because you got to understand, ATF, man, they run into some stuff, and I would never say it was too much until, you know what I'm saying, because it might be one of those situations where you might need that. You know what I'm saying? If you can carry the ammunition, especially if it's just for like SWAT or CERT or whatever you want to call it, for your team, only thing you're gonna be doing is for that mission that you're going on, man. You're not carrying around all day, every day. I wouldn't say carrying around all that ammunition would be something I would want to carry around all day, but I do have a lot of ammunition in my car. I keep them in the doors of my car, the panels of my car. I keep ammunition in the trunk of my car. So I got a lot of ammunition in my car. I just don't have it on my vest, on my carrier. Matt Moore says, you got a binary trigger. Tell me about them, about those, Big D. Are they actually practical? Is it just a range store, or would you ever use in the real world? I'm curious about them, but never shot one. So when it comes to the binary trigger, man, it's just a range toy right now, man. It is something that I would not bring out. If I did bring it out, I would most likely use semi-automatic anyway. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. It's not practical to use in the real world situation. I really don't feel like fully automatic is practical to use in a real world situation, man. Most guys that I know went to the military, they didn't even use that switch. They used the semi-automatic, and that was what they used. So I wouldn't think anything that did anything more than 1 round, 3-round burst or anything like that is not practical to me. Swim P says, my first AR is a PSA. I've slowly upgraded the parts, and now I have extras if I want to build another. Yep. See, that's the thing about it, man. I bought a lot of kits and all that stuff, and I just have stuff laying around. I'm pretty sure if I was to put all that stuff together, I could probably build 2 or 3 more ARs. 458 SOCOM, very good gun. Arminated 458 SOCOM is a very good gun. Do you have one? Are you talking about the gun, or are you talking about the round? Now, let me ask you that first. Are you talking about the gun, or are you talking about the round? Cajun Tiger says, Diesel, do you own any CZs? Yes, I have a CZ P10. Oh, no. Yeah, P10, a P7, and a P10C. Yes, I do own CZs. And I have a CZ Scorpion also. Bobby, yeah, you know that story ain't coming out yet, bro. I got you, though. Yeah, so I have the MPX, and I was thinking about getting a binary trigger for that MPX, just because the recoil impulse is not as heavy with that caliber and the frame. So I've shot a fully automatic MP5 before, way back in the day, before I even knew really anything about guns. Was any big into guns, and that's what made me fall in love with that MP5, because like even on full, you can still keep it on target for the most part. But even with that, man, that's just overkill, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, John Rawls, you see hunts with the 458. I got you. It's a good, man. It's a good round and a good gun, man. I don't go hunting. I don't hunt or anything like that, and I don't have any 450. I don't have any rifle like long distance rifles or anything like that. I do want to get a sniper rifle. I think my first sniper rifle is going to be a Savage. But as far as anything like long distance, I just have my ARs and that's it, man. And I don't go over 100 yards when I shoot my ARs. I usually don't go over 100 yards because it's just not practical to go over that for me, anyways. Where I'm living in the atmosphere, the climate, or the area that I'm living in, it's more urban. So I don't, somebody that lives in Texas with 500 acres or something like that. Yeah, they might do the 500 and 800 yard shots, but me, I'm just doing 100 yards. Yeah, Matt Moore. Now, I would say, man, shooting that binary trigger is a lot of fun. If y'all look at my video of my binary trigger and I just let loose, I have a lot of fun with that binary trigger. But like I said, I go through magazines very quickly. Yeah, that Ruger 1022 suppressed is it's a lot of fun shooting that too. Too many choices. I like shooting that. My friend has one, man, and he let me shoot it, and it was real fun shooting that. Just because it's so quiet. Yeah, I want a Savage, man. I think I want to get a Savage, maybe a 308 or something like that for my sniper rifle. I don't know exactly. I haven't looked into it that much because that's just way down on the list right now. But I do want to get one before the year ends. So we'll see what happens. Speaking of zeros, what's your go-to in 2020 for your ARs? My go-to right now, man, like I said, I've said this a lot of times, but I got a 7.5-inch AR that I qualified with for work. I keep in my patrol car. That is my go-to, man. At 100 yards, man, it was a tack driver. And I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. But like I said, at 100 yards, that thing is a tack driver. So, and I have a Sig Romeo sight on it. Do I have a Sig Romeo? Yeah, I think I have the Sig Romeo sight on it. Either the Sig Romeo or the Vortex. I'm pretty sure it's the Sig Romeo. But I have a Sig Romeo sight on it, man. And at 100 yards, I have no problems qualifying with that rifle. No problems. Michael Grasso said I had a Savage 308 with one of those Ace Acu triggers. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, one of my friends, man, when I worked my first law enforcement job, he was on the CERT team, and he had a Savage that he used for the CERT team, man. And I'm telling you, man, when I shot that thing, it was all right shooting it. Now, I'm not a sniper kind of guy or anything like that, but I did have fun shooting that gun. The Ruger American 45 millimeter. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know if I shot that or not. Oh, that. You know what? I have heard some bad things about that Ruger. I have not shot one, but I have not heard all good things about that Ruger. So and that's why I've stayed away from it. I've not shot one, so I don't know what to tell you about it. I've seen some YouTube videos on it, and they have not been all the way good reviews on them. So I have stayed away from that Ruger. So Matt Moore says on X, I do 25 yards. Yeah, I sight my ARs in at 25 yards, and at 100 yards it will be dead on. That's how it works with the AR. 25 yards you sight it in, it's going to shoot a little bit low, but at 100 yards it'll shoot dead on. Too many choices is they should give you a free suppressor for your AR as an officer. That is protection for you. Well, I mean, I wish they would give me a free AR, but I've heard suppressors on ARs don't last that long. The pressure from that AR just messes up the suppressor. So I don't know, but I heard they don't last that long. And the suppressor that I'm getting is only for handgun calibers. I'm not getting a suppressor for any rifle calibers. I'm getting a 45. So it's going to be all my handguns, not my rifles. And, you know, 45 is one of those rounds that's already subsonic. So I don't have to worry about buying special ammunition for that. And I really want to see how that suppressor runs on that Chris Vector and that CZ Scorpion. I can't wait to see that. John Rawls, okay. I hear you. But see, that 308 is a good sniper rifle round, so that's why I was going to go 308. 458, I haven't really looked that much into. And that 50 Beowulf, I have read a little bit about it, but I don't know that much about it. But like I said, 308 is one of the ones, the calibers I'm gonna go to when it comes to my sniper. I haven't heard about the Predator that Ruger makes. Haven't heard about that. I have heard about the 36 yard zero. I have heard about that. Somebody talked to me about that I was working with a couple days ago. They was telling me about it, but I don't need to go out 300, so I don't do that. Like I said, 25 is where I do, and that's what I've been doing for years. So I'm not trying to change that up. I have heard about it though. I might take one of my rifles and one of my ARs and do a 36 yard to see what it does. You could take an oil filter. It would be nah. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I've seen those oil filters though, but I heard they don't last as long either. I heard those don't last as long either, and I don't want to put a tax stamp, pay $200 for something just to last, a couple months or whatever. Suppressor on a 1911. Yeah, I could see that. I'd have to get a barrel for it though. I'd have to get a threaded barrel for it. Okay, I hear you. 6.5 Creedmoor is something I have not looked into because it just I mean I've heard about the 6.5 Creedmoor, but I like the 308 better, man. 308 has been around, and I've known about 308 a lot longer than the 6.5 Creedmoor. I just found out about the 6.5 Creedmoor a couple years ago, so I don't really know much about that. I will look into the 6.5 Creedmoor too, though. I will look more into it, man. But like I said, 308 is one, and I'm not a big sniper round kind of guy. That's why I don't really know much about them. And that's why I do 308 because I just know a lot more about 308 than I do 6.5 Creedmoor. Well, guys, I have been on here for 2 hours and 36 minutes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, man. I'm going to let y'all go. I really appreciate everybody that came. Really appreciate all the support, guys, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. And y'all have a good weekend. Y'all look out for my video tomorrow on Friday Foolery. All right. So, as y'all know, my outro, y'all know what it is. I'm out.